We greet our friends everywhere with Chapter 3 of This Is My Song, the story of Fanny Crosby. This is another in the series Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the Moody Bible Institute of Chicago. When Frances Jane Crosby was only 8 years of age, the little world in which she lived was greatly changed. Her grandmother, Grandma Frances, had come to live with Fanny and her mother. She had come for definite reasons, the most important, that of helping Fanny see and understand the world in which she lived. It was Grandma Frances who told Fanny of the flowers, their color and texture, of the clouds, the moon, the stars and sun. And it was Grandma Frances who first brought the Bible to Fanny. She listened patiently to her young grandchild's dreams of becoming a writer, and when the time came, it was a surprised grandmother who read aloud Fanny's first poem.
How many blessings I enjoy that other people don't. To weep and sigh because I'm blind, I cannot and I won't.
Her grandmother truly opened the world for Fanny. She made her see the moon in all its cold beauty. The clouds with their shapes and colors were made real. And on long walks into the woods, the grandmother taught the child to love wildlife. Through her, Fanny came to know the red-headed woodpecker, the red-winged blackbird, the mockingbird with its mottled wings and reddish-brown breast. And often in the fall season, Fanny and her grandmother went for walks over the hills. Always, as they walked, they would talk of the trees and their flaming leaves. There was so much Fanny had to learn about the world which she'd never see. Fanny often gathered the autumn leaves and played with them. And once, as a surprise, she wrote a poem about them for Grandma Frances. It was called Only a Leaf.
Only a Leaf by Frances Jane Crosby. I like that title, Fanny.
That was the easiest part to write.
'Tis only a leaf, a withered leaf, but its story is fraught with pain. 'Twas the gift of one who is far away and will never come back again. Oh my, that's a sad poem.
Life isn't always happy, Grandma Frances.
No, but for children it should be. 'Twas the gift of one who is far away and will never come back again. Whom were you thinking of when you wrote this?
My father.
But you don't remember him, Fanny.
I don't remember him, but I feel as though I know him. Somehow he's always with me, and that's the sad part of my life. I can't speak with him.
Fanny, your remembrance of him doesn't need to be sad. Have you forgotten what the Bible says?
I haven't forgotten.
Then I don't want to tell you what you should write about. But there are lots of happy things you can write about, stories with real meaning.
Like the Bible?
Yes, Fanny, like the Bible. I brought the good book along with me today, and I think it would be nice to read something from it. Do you want to listen?
Yes, Grandma Frances.
Good. Then we'll just find a cool, shady spot where we can rest a bit. It's a warm day for fall. Now let's see. There, over by that tree. It's just the place. Come along.
I can feel the shade of the tree already, Grandma. It's cool and peaceful.
Sit here by me, Fanny. That's it. Now then, the words I'm going to read are from Deuteronomy. And when you hear them, I rather think you'll find other things to think about than sadness. Comfortable?
I'm ready.
Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name of the Lord. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God. He is the rock. His work is perfect. For all his ways are judgment. A God of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he.
Those words later became Fanny's favorite passage of the Old Testament. She felt that in all literature, there were no such expressions of beauty and vitality that equaled this passage. And so, with Grandma Frances reading those beloved words, it was only natural that Fanny did find something greater to write about. When the child was only 9 years of age, the small family went to live at Ridgefield, Connecticut. Here they spent 6 beautiful and beneficial years. And in a child's way, Fanny believed that this sheltered way of life would go on forever.
Smells good in here, Jane. What's that?
This is going to be a cake, I hope.
Cake and cookies both?
And muffins, too, Mother, with raisins. Fanny's wild about them.
My dear daughter, I didn't bring you up to be so extravagant.
No, you didn't. But it's a lot of fun, once in a while.
I don't like this, Jane. I don't like it in the least.
Why not?
It's almost as if we were trying to bribe the poor girl.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I don't think so. All the food that Fanny likes best, just in order to prepare her for the bad news.
The news isn't bad, Mother.
Of course not. But for Fanny, I'm afraid it will be.
Not if we explain it to her. When she understands, she'll realize it's for her own good.
Jane, Fanny is happy here. She's come to love this place, the rolling fields, her room, and her poetry. It's going to be a shock for her when she has to give it up.
Do you want her to stay here?
No.
And neither does Fanny, really. She wants proper schooling, but we have to help her make the break away from us and into the normal world. Shh. Here she comes.
When are you going to tell her?
I thought after supper.
Yes, after supper. Fanny, you've been writing poetry again. I can tell by the look on your face.
Is it that plain, Grandma?
What was it this time? A sonnet, perhaps?
Oh, nothing that good. Not yet, anyway. Mother, you're baking cookies, aren't you?
And a cake, too, darling.
And muffins?
With raisins.
Oh, a sort of celebration for you.
For me? It's not my birthday. Or yours, Grandma.
No, it's not mine, nor your mother's.
Well, what is it then?
You'll find out after supper, Fanny. It's a surprise.
Tell me now, please.
After supper, Fanny. You'll find out soon enough. A good supper, Jane. The cake was your best. And the cookies tasted good, even though I'm sure you forgot to put something into them.
I put in everything the recipe called for, Mother.
Then it's the recipe's fault, not yours, my dear.
And the muffins, they were wonderful, Mother. I can never get enough of them.
Would you like another one?
Oh, no, I just couldn't. I've lost count already. I'll save one for later.
All right, as you wish.
Now, I can't wait any longer. You promised me a surprise. What is it?
Well, perhaps your grandmother would like to tell you.
Really, Jane, I think you should do it.
But I...
Please, what is it?
Well, Fanny, darling, I don't know quite how to begin, but you're going to be leaving us for a while.
Leave you?
For school in New York City.
School? Oh, Mother, I don't know. I think I'd rather stay here.
The arrangements have all been made, dear. It's a wonderful opportunity for you. You're to attend the New York Institute for the Blind.
I know it would be wonderful, but I'm not sure I want to go after all.
I think you do, Fanny. Just stop and think about it. It's a chance for improving your education, for obtaining much useful knowledge.
Are you both coming with me?
No, dear.
Fanny, you want to write poetry, don't you?
Yes.
Then you'll have to learn how it's really done. You have to study the great poets, all of them. It's a fine opportunity, my dear, one that I don't think you'll really want to throw away.
It's for you, Fanny. Do you realize that?
Oh, yes, Mother, but I don't like leaving you.
And we don't like losing you either. But this is your great chance for doing what you want most. It won't be easy, that's certain. New surroundings, new acquaintances to make, books to read and classes to attend. Yet it will open the world to you.
Fanny, remember the poem you wrote for my birthday?
I remember, Mother.
I am resolved that in this world contented I will be. How many blessings I enjoy that other people don't. To weep and sigh because I'm blind I cannot, and I won't. Do you really believe that?
Yes.
Then you're not going to let your blindness stand in your way?
If you both think I can do it, I will go. But I do feel afraid.
Fanny was 15 years old when she entered the New York Institute for the Blind, where she remained as a pupil for 12 years. And as her grandma Frances had said, it wasn't easy. It took a while for Fanny to become accustomed to the school, but everyone was more than kind, and after early struggles with homesickness, she still had that contentment which she'd always tried to keep. And Fanny began to be very popular at the school.
You were so frightened your first day here, Fanny. But then I guess we all were. We didn't realize what a wonderful place it really is.
I'd hate to leave it now, Agnes.
I would too, and yet I suppose someday we'll have to.
And when the time comes, we'll be ready. You a teacher. And I?
Maybe a poet. The teachers say your verses are good, Fanny. And you're so smart anyway. You could do almost anything. I know.
Yes, Fanny's years at the Institute for the Blind were pleasant and informative ones. And even though her leaving it was a long way off, she sentimentally wrote of that parting and all the school had given her.
You from whose garners I have gleaned such precious fruit, the task has seemed so pleasant that my humble pen would fain resume its work again. In your bright realms 'twere bliss to stay, but time forbids, and I obey.
And so we conclude Chapter 3 of This Is My Song, the story of Fanny Crosby. This is another in the series Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the radio studios of the Moody Bible Institute of Chicago.